Students. So, first of all, tell me how many of you have practiced the diagram of structure of Earth in the rough notebook? I hope and believe that all must have tried. So now your today's homework is to draw the same diagram in your fair notebook. You start your page with writing of the date, then chapter number, then chapter name, and then the very first thing for the chapter 2 is diagram of structure of Earth, and you can color it also. It will beautify your diagram. So our today's topic is how the leap year is formed, then days and night, the formation of days and night and seasons. Okay children, so I am going to start today's topic. The first of all is the leap year. How the leap year is formed. Okay, now you my dear students, you all know that Earth revolves around the sun and it takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution. But here comes a problem. Because as per my knowledge, my 1 year is having only 365 days. So what happens with these extra 6 hours? Every year Earth is taking 6 hours more to complete one revolution. So where these 6 hours go? Yes, here comes a solution. These 6 hours of every year goes in the formation of the leap year. Now see here, 6 hours of the first year, then 6 hours of second year, and then 6 hours of third year, along with the 6 hours of fourth year. Together when we add them, and it gives us the 24 hours. 24 hours means 1 day. Okay? 4 into 6 is equal to 24 hours. So this extra 1 day which we get after joining the 6 hours of first 4 years makes a leap year which is having 366 days. Okay. Now, in which month we add it? You all know that we add it in the month of February. Okay. So, presently we are having which year we are right now? We are in the year of 2020. This is the year of 2020. Okay. 2020. So, 2020 is a leap year, and now after 2020 we will get as 2021. Now first 6 hours of 21, then 6 hours of 22 year, 6 hours of 23 years, along with the 6 hours of year 2024. They all the 6 hours of these 4 years will be added, and the last year, that means the 2024, will again become the leap year because it will again get one extra day in the month of February. Coming back to the topic, our next topic is days and night. That means how the days and nights are formed. As you all know that days and nights are formed due to the rotation of the earth, and earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation around the sun. Now just go through it. I am showing you something children.
Line running through the center of the top. However, when the top stops spinning, the line seems to vanish. To the north and south poles, the Earth also spins around its axis. Can you spot the difference between
of 23.5 degrees is vertical, but the axis of the Earth is slightly tilted. It is at an angle of 23.5 degrees. Around its axis is called rotation.
the rotation of the Earth always takes place in the same direction, from west to east? Do you know
Now here children comes the answer for our next question. That means the why does sun appear to rise in the east and set in the west? As just now you heard that our earth rotates from west to east on its axis. Okay. Due to the rotation of earth from west to east on its axis, sun appears to rise in the east and sets in the west. Okay. Now continuing with your YouTube.
how much time the Earth takes?
Facing the torch receives light, while the opposite side remains dark.
Listen it carefully.
While the Earth rotates around its axis, only half of its surface faces the Sun. The portion that faces the sun receives light and experiences day, and the portion in darkness experiences night.
If the Earth did not rotate, the areas experiencing day and night would be permanently fixed.
So here, due to the rotation of the earth, days and nights are caused. So I hope you must have understood. Now we come to the season. Now I will use this diagram which has been shown in your book to explain the topic of the seasons. We know that seasons are formed due to the revolution of the earth. Now just look at these two pictures. One is this and one is this, showing us the summer and winter season. Now, as you know that the equator divides the earth into equal parts. The first part is the northern hemisphere and the lower part is the southern hemisphere. The hemisphere which is closer to the sun gets maximum heat of the sun and it has summer, and the other hemisphere which is away from the sun shows the winter season during that period. Now see, this is the northern hemisphere, upper hemisphere, and this is closer to the sun, and the southern hemisphere is far away from the sun. So northern hemisphere which gets heat will experience summer season and the winter hemisphere will get winter season. Okay, now here in this diagram, and then like we are having summers, right now we are having summer season, and at the end of the year we will have winter season. So at that time what happens, now see here children, southern hemisphere is closer to the sun and northern hemisphere is away from the sun. So southern hemisphere will experience summer season and northern hemisphere will experience the winter season. Okay, so we have understood two seasons. Now the next season is autumn and spring. Now at two times in a year our earth is, that means none of the hemisphere is closer to the sun. So now you can see here northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. They are both are almost at equal distance from the sun. So what happens, one hemisphere will experience autumn and the other hemisphere will experience the spring, and same is true with this particular diagram also. So because the earth revolves around the sun, due to the four positions of the sun of the earth around the sun, seasons are caused. Okay, now see this table has been shown explaining all the four positions of the earth. In A position, when you will go to the diagram, northern hemisphere has been shown tilted towards the sun. In the B picture, both hemisphere are equal distance. C picture, southern hemisphere is tilted, and again in the D picture, both hemisphere are at equal distance. So I have already explained to you. Now very interesting things is we have talked about the hemisphere, but exactly what happens at the poles? How many poles we are having? Children, we are having two poles, north pole and south pole. So when the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, when the northern hemisphere gets maximum light, then what happens at the pole? At the pole, it is sunshine all the time. It's 24 hours a day sunshine, and at the south pole we are having night all the time. Okay, like Greenland is an island which experiences such kind of thing. And in the same manner, when southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, then we are having south pole having 24 hours a day sunlight, and the other north pole is having night at that particular time. And what happens at the equator, because equator is the place which every time faces the sun directly, so equator remains always hot. The places which are close to the equator, they get direct light of the sun throughout the year. That is why we are having rainforest also, just because these rainforests are situated and located at the equator region of the earth. So children, this is end with this video. Okay, bye.